Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to our Battletech Advanced 3062 Urby Derby campaign. Even though we only have one remaining urban mech in this lance, things are looking up, and today we're going to be doing some field testing on our two Phalanx battle armors, hopefully in a setting base defense where maneuverability matters just a little bit less than it otherwise would have. So we're going to start off, of course, just by reserving down, letting the enemy vanguard move up into positions that they can be shot from. And I have, because of someone who pointed it out nicely to me the other day, figured out, well, how to solve that mobility problem a little bit. So we have modified two of our mechs to include battle armor claw mount points. So our battle armor can hop on and hitch a ride on the Centurion and also on the Dervish. I'm not entirely sure how effective that will be. Hopefully it's useful, but who really knows? I'm going to start just by moving up the Marauder and getting a sensor lock. Let's see what that 20-tonner is. I'm hoping to see, so the Circinnans field a couple mechs, I think most notably the Hazard, which carry heavy area of effect flamers that are devastatingly powerful, devastatingly useful. So we're hoping to see some of that, but that's heavier than a 20-ton mech. So what we can do with the battle armor is click mount up, and where's my other battle armor? Ah, right there, okay, fine. And we can mount up on the Centurion. It does not use an action, but we also can't shoot while mounted up on a mech. Basically, you can dismount and shoot in the same turn, as well as move, I think. And now, instead of that really short movement available to the battle armor itself, he's hitching a ride on a 300 rated XL engine. Works for me. So, other battle armor, let's do the same thing. And hop up on the Dervish. Say we're done, good. And, let's get the Urby Lamb up in the air, so up on the avionics. And let's see what we can do. Alright, looks like a Locust, looks like a Vulcan on the left. Yes, there's a Vulcan 2T, very distinctive chassis. Urban mech with an AC 10, R60, there's a Locust, and a Wasp. Nothing really exciting yet. Hopefully the reinforcements get dropped in. A tad more exciting than that. Let's go ahead and shoot into the Wasp. Okay, not bad, not bad. Not great, but I've seen worse. And let's get on the move around here as well. First with the Ostrock. So the idea is we're going to smash the Vanguard, so they should be reinforcing usually over here, and again to the southwest, the main base, and I'd like to try to basically handle them one at a time. Should be alright. So smash the Vanguard, move over here, smash the one group of reinforcements, and then move back around and shoot up the people near the base, unless, you know, the drops are lopsided enough that we have to revise that plan. Reserving down for right now because those three that we had available on 10, one of them's the Urby Lamb, but the other two were battle armor that's out of position, so I want the Centurion to have a chance to move up and shoot, and then we'll dismount the battle armor and use that. And hopefully it'll be good effect, force multiplier type thing, because if not, I will be slightly disappointed. Friendly turrets are coming online, which is very nice. And the two on the far side, the OpFor, are reserving down. We might have to send the Urby Lamb over there as a dedicated, hey you, well, punch out or die type deal. Vulcan is moving up. Should be able to get a good firing solution on him with the Marauder. Of course, that'll require initiative 5, so let's go ahead and reserve down. And I'd almost like the allied turrets to go before me, but they're not going to move until, I believe, initiative 1 on the turn they're activated, so I'm not sure I have the patience for that at the moment. Here comes the UMR-60. AC-10 going in. We will have to be wary about accidental shots with that. Get the Marauder up and useful. Well, up at least, maybe not useful. For evasion pips, probably the better choice is just get a sensor lock on Vulcan. Marauder does have a hard time killing things that are light mechs just from the size delta. Our Ostrock is also carrying a bit of surprise in the form of a coil, which will hopefully be very nice against some of the lighter mechs in the OpFor. Let's run up here. I want to give it a try. Let's see what we can do. Outer range. So it's unfortunately not quite long enough range. We do have double heat sinks on here, because that coil is very hot, which is why we're not currently generating any heat. It's not that we're overcooled. Generally, it's that we're trying to offset big heat spikes. So, torso destroyed. Pilot bleed out, so that's effectively a mech kill. No real need to keep focusing on him. Let's get over here to the ridge and shoot in that Vulcan. First, of course, we are going to be starting off with Slug to break through that armor with the LBX AC-10, then switching back to cluster rounds should they be necessary. And this is our better shot. Let's take it. Very nice. Structure exposed. All that good stuff. And now what we're going to do is take Chancellor, who's a new pilot, in his battle armor, and dismount over here, and Alpha Strike. I don't know why these are all turned off by default, but I mean, there are worse things. Hopefully we have enough SRM to take that shoulder off. Love the sound of that. Yeah, okay. So, I mean, good effect, but nothing too devastating, which, I mean, if it was, that wouldn't be fair either. Although, this is one of the more heavily armed, as far as I'm aware, battle armor suits available, so I was hoping to be able to really punch down a light mech pretty effectively. We're going to shoot at the Locust just because I basically consider the Wasp already dead. It's a single medium laser, it's not a problem. Shooting in here. Yeah, structure exposed. I mean, Locusts are notoriously, well, horrible, I suppose. Let's pop off the battle armor. Come on. There we are. And move into the trees. Works okay. Let's take a shot. Better accuracy on the Wasp, but I don't care about the Wasp. Yeah, that's quite nice. I think battle armor should get a size delta bonus against light mechs, even. Certainly against everything other than light mechs. But I mean, they're what, 6 tons per suit, or is it 6 tons total? I think it's maybe 6 tons total. Alright, Locust is down, Ruby Lamb doing its good work, so effectively those two are closed out. Let's see what the turrets have to say. Nothing. Okay, well, fair enough. Let's take that Phalanx battle armor and pop shielded stance because I don't plan on moving, and see if we can really hammer the Vulcan. So shielded stance, a bit of more unusual palatability. I don't tend to put it on other things, but it's basically this turn I get 50% damage resistance regardless of anything else. So total damage resistance up to 55%. This is supposed to hopefully allow me to have that 46 armor stand up to pretty much anything that can come at it. I mean, even an AC-20 shell won't be able to get through the internal structure with that much damage resist. Now, that is tempting. Let's just kill the darn Wasp. There's no reason not to. We're going to save the SRM-4 shots, though. And I overestimated that battle armor's firepower. So we'll make up for it with Edmund. Get a kill, please. There it is. We could have left him well enough alone, but I mean, kill now is better than kill later. Alright, so the enemy vanguard is just the UMR-60 left. Hopefully we see a hazard on reinforcements and scanners. If not, we will do a variety of Circinnan and low-level missions from time to time. I might not show all of them, but I'm basically just shopping around for that hazard and for those heavy AoE flamers that I'd love to use against the OpFor for once. We're just going to stand here and shoot. Maybe not the wisest decision, but it's a single Irby. Even if he lands the AC-10 shell in the Centurion, it's not the end of the world. This is only a 2-skull mission. I'm not expecting that we'll have too much of a challenge. Although, having said that, I may very well end up eating my words. Who knows? Not the best firing solution here. We can make up for that with a Battle Lord, although, yeah, let's turn off the SRM-4. That's pretty good. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. We should see the enemy reinforcements drop at the end of this round. At least that's what I expect. Shoot in. Building a little bit of heat. But binary laser's doing amazing work. And the AC-10 is offline because we've killed its ammunition bins. Works for me. No, that's just... Let's get this guy back over here. He can maybe help out with that second expected enemy drop location.
I've got eyes on hostile reinforcements. They're heading your way.
Very well. Here come the Circinnan reinforcements. That's an MRM carrier. No, MRM carrier. It's light, so not too much armor. 40-ton vehicle, 55-ton, 25-ton mechs, and what's over here? Firestarter, Griffin, Commando, Wasp. No hazard. It could be the 55-tonner mech there. I don't actually know that mech's tonnage, shamefully enough. But that's a lot of mechs on the ground, so we'll have our work cut out for us. Hopefully these turrets will be able to do some good work there. So there's a Commando 1D, lots of commandos. Yeah, I've taken the mission for 4 salvage, 19 random, so we should be able to pick up a fair bit of whatever technology is left on the field. I'm just hoping it's good. I mean, parts from the Griffin would be welcome. Parts from the Firestarter, maybe. Probably not. Standard configuration there, so it's not even increased technology. And we're just gonna wait because things have evasion pips after being dropped in. We do still have to kill the urban mech. A little bit annoying to deal with that, but that's the way of things. We weren't able to get it done before the reinforcements dropped. Oh well. Okay, we have a quad large laser turret. Expecting some good work from that if it doesn't get killed. Probably is first in the chopping block room as far as those things go. Closest turret to OpFor, and that's some decent damage. It's, you know, I'm happy we have other things than our own lance that can be targeted on missions like this. Excellent for weapons testing, for that reason alone. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop over here. It's the best accuracy I can get. 67s and 48s. Alright, so we're coming up here. And now we can see for sure Shadowhawk, no hazard. No heavy AoE flamers. Oh well. Let's just go ahead and shoot in. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Wasn't able to get a kill, but structure exposed should be easily exploitable. I'm enjoying the battle armor. I think it's doing some solid work. Maybe not perfect, but solid. So there goes the enemy vanguard. That is 4 pieces of another urban mech in case we needed another urban mech chassis. Chassis, I guess, is sitting in our unused mech bay. Probably don't. Number of commandos is kind of obnoxious as well. And we don't really need the medium mech. I mean, the Shadowhawk is interesting, but not really. Full disclosure, I've purchased a... oh, I should have made that move. Oh well. Okay, so I've purchased a Clan Marik, well not Clan Marik, jeez, House Marik, Wolverine, Wolverine WV7M. Not the best chassis, but it does carry some pulse lasers, it double heat sinks. It is advanced tech, which is at least nice. And I'm planning on bringing that online as our 6th mech. So we'll field our 6 mechs, 2 battle armor, and hopefully that should let us take on 3, maybe 3.5 skull missions without too much difficulty. Hopefully even 4. And our lightest mech will be the Herbie Lamb, who has his own survivability. So we're packing pretty good firepower at that point. That's not SRM carrier, it needs to die. Let's go with the SRM4s. We'll scatter more damage this way, but well, better than a 40% chance on a medium laser turning into a miss like the other one did, so that's okay. I don't think these guys will take us terribly long to get through. commandos are relatively fragile. The vehicles are dying faster than expected. I have moved both of my battle leg. Jeez, I need to remember not to do that. Our battle armors are out of position because I moved their carrier mechs away. No joy on the fire starter, fortunately. Well, unfortunately, rather. I have a habit of saying the un part under my breath, which doesn't exactly get picked up on a relatively cheap microphone. Okay. Well, this one might be turning into a little bit of a slog. Hopefully not too bad. And we'll come up here with the Phalanx Battle Armor, shoot in Precision Strike. This is why we kept the Circinnan OpFors. See if we can kill this carrier. There's the Circinnans. Yeah, okay. I mean, hey, that's useful. Those battle armors have paid for themselves. Maybe only by a very slight margin. But even a slight margin is good enough sometimes. Very well. Okay, sensor ping. Not terrible. Okay, let's see what we can do. We have El Duce in the Ostrok and Trash Can in his Marauder. Let's move up here. Actually, you know what? That might be a friendly fire risk with the Marauder, so let's get the Marauder up and comfortable first on this ledge. See what kind of shots we have. 850 on the Griffin. We're going to turn that into Precision Strike on the Griffin. I want this thing dead. Very nice structure exposed off the first strike. Pretty good there. Looks like it was a CT as well. Unless he has a XL engine, the one end should not. Yep, both those binary lasers pinged right into the CT. Pretty excellent. I was not expecting that. Move up with the Ostrok. Hopefully we'll be able to show off the coil here, but not really seeing. I mean, we haven't been in range with it yet, which is a little bit unfortunate. May as well shoot in the Griffin. We're not generating any heat by doing so. Standard engine crit. Thing's nearly dead. I think it needs, what, 3 or is it 4? If it's 3, he's 1 engine crit away, regardless of the structure remaining. So what we'll do now is get right around the back of this commando. It's actually not as good of a shot as I was expecting. Take a look at the Shadowhawk. That's pretty heavy. That's heavy rear armor. We're not going to be able to get through that in one hit. Okay. We've gone from 6 to 4. From 8 to 6 of that reinforcement wave. Still have 6 turns left, so I'm not worried about getting everything killed in time. And that should hopefully be helpful. So let's move down here. Keep it facing. That gives me protection from that Shadowhawk, which is can be anyway. And the streaks shouldn't fire at this level of accuracy, at least I'm not expecting both of them. Oh, we got one. Yeah, left torso destroyed, left arm destroyed. Commandos are very fragile, and he did not have adequate protection from evasion, so if one of our turrets decides to add something in, although I think our LRM turret is gone, or did we never have one? Don't remember. Some light damage going in on the reinforced buildings, but that's okay. Where can we shoot that would have good effect? Shoot it either. I think we're just going to go into the commando because we have the most hope of being useful there. It does look like structure exposed. No. Interesting. Do they do penetrating? No, that's from the rear shot. Yeah, okay. That would be too good if they dealt penetrating damage, although maybe there's specialty ammunition. That'd be pretty cool. You know, pinging away a couple internal crit chances off of battle armor each turn. Very nice. Good shot. Actually land 3 out of 4. Not bad. 2 engine crits on the commando as well. So we have gone through his frontal armor there. And I gotta say, they're not... I mean, I'd rather take another Dervish, or, you know, I'd rather get the Wolverine online than have both of those battle armors, but, yeah, they're surviving, they're not drawing fire, and they're providing additional fire support, which is what they're meant to do. We might get better use out of LRM tank, you know, fielding our own LRM carrier. The reason I don't do that is because the second we get a drop where it's, put this nicely, an idiotic drop position surrounded by the OpFor, that LRM carrier will just die. which means the pilot will die, which means money will be wasted, yada yada yada. So, opening up this slug, 60 points to something, and this is why I didn't open up with the Irby Lamb last turn, is I thought we wouldn't really be able to shoot through it, and even with 60 all going to that rear CT, we're just barely able to get through Shadowhawk's rear armor. Although now with both mechs back behind him, that would be pretty good. And if I was thinking this through, what I would have done is, if I had put the battle armor back on the Centurion, we could have moved over, opened up with the Centurion, dropped the battle armor off, opened up with quad SRM4. And, you know, quad King David Gauss rifle. We do lose our laser turret. It's a little bit obnoxious to lose that support, but I think we're doing okay. We should probably get fire support over onto this side because it'll take forever to kill them with just the other two. That is where we have had the least success so far, with all 4 of the enemy remaining. Wallace, I think we have more than enough to mop up over on our right. Our east, our right? I don't know. I have no compass, so I sometimes call it east, but there's really no bearing for that. And there's the Griffin. Probably lose the other turret here. No, surprisingly enough. Oh well, it's not like it's doing all that much for us. So when it goes down next turn, which it almost certainly will, there's no great loss. Before we fire here, let's get the Ostrak out of the way. Or maybe in the way. Let's try this. I want to see what happens here. So move the Ostrak up, and precision strike, oil on. Oh, that's a lot of heat. Turn off everything. We're still a little bit toasty. We risk a small risk of ammunition explosion, but that is... Yeah, okay. We're going to take the SRM off there so we don't mind the overheat and maybe put in a couple additional heat sinks. That's beautiful, and we're keeping it, and I like it quite a lot. Can I get a good shot? Not really. If I can't, then I'm just going to stand here and take this one. Okay. When we land at least one of the binary lasers, it's better than nothing. Not the highest praise ever, of course, better than literally nothing, but sometimes you make do with what you got. Let's open up on the Shadowhawk, hopefully a kill. No. We do get, okay, XL engine crit times 2, gyro crit, so it is a somewhat advanced tech. Oh, I should have seen that from the light AC-10, and the streak is around 4. Wasn't paying enough attention there, that's okay. Let's shoot in at the commando, maybe hope for a kill. Kill, very nice. Alright. Scratch 2 for that battle armor, which works for me, and now we're going to use a precision strike, slow the Shadowhawk down, moving on 5, which will allow us to shoot at him from behind with our Centurion again, hopefully enough to get the kill. And add in a medium laser just for insult and injury. Why not? We are still working on improving crew morale to allow even higher rates of precision strikes. It does get a little bit silly once you've gotten it up to, I believe, spirited. Well, no, not really sure. Maximum crew morale tends to become a precision strike every other turn type deal, particularly because there is some equipment in BTA 3062 where you can push the resolve gain rate even that much higher. Sorry for the bit of choppiness there, let's hope it steadies out. Here's the Centurion. Stand still, turn on cluster, and fire away. Probably won't get much salvage from him, unfortunately. Yeah, that's too bad. But worth it for the kill, so at least that's done. Only 3 enemy mechs remaining. Ostrak is in a little bit of heat trouble. Let's see, fire support from Sleipnir APC. Won't complain about it anyway. We have a commando, sorry, a wasp, looks like a commando there for a minute. A wasp, a fire starter, and a griffin left. And 5 turns to take them out. I dare say we can probably pull that off. Although, yeah, I mean, they're punching my Marauder's heat higher. We're gonna have to turn off at least one of the binary lasers to make up for that. Okay, who do we have moving? Turret support. Good. Should be in the turret left? No. Okay. So now let's handle things a little bit differently. Griffin's front CT is badly damaged. Our Marauder is building a little bit of heat, but I can shoot him with the Griffin. How do I sync that? This should be fine. Unfortunately, neither one going into the CT getting the kill that I had wanted. Let's get the Ostrok over here, and can I get a kick? Yes, I can. Coil is going to be turned off so that we can sink some heat. And those have way too little chance to actually hit, so this will just keep on the SRM. And we'll sink back down to 0, and this is sort of what this mech is designed to do. Coil every other turn, if we can. Left leg destroyed, SRM opening up. Not much impact, but at least knocking that wasp down should allow for, sorry for the thump, pretty easy follow-up kill. Let's get on the sprint, and hopefully, well, you know what? I'm going to precision strike at the Griffin, and the reason why is 70.8% chance to hit exposed CT with lots of crit seeking strikes off those missiles, and that is the kill that I had wanted. Good. Yeah, regretting not taking this for the money. I was hoping for those heavy AoE flamers, but it's not a guarantee that a hazard will show up. Of course, it is just pulled from the Circinnans Federation mech pool. Although I was advised by Bloody Doves himself that the sweet spot is sort of around 2 skulls, I think, if I remember correctly. It might be like 1.5 to 2.5, 1 to 2.5, where you would risk seeing them. Okay, so battle armor, very much out of position. I think it moves at 4 and sprints at 4, which is just kind of annoying. But we'll start getting moving over, maybe in a turn or two, if there is still anything left. We'll be able to get some good fire on target there. The Wasp, I'm expecting just to leg him with a second kick on the next turn, but I guess he's technically alive for right now, and if I was the pilot of that fire starter, I'd be, well, sweating proverbial bullets at the moment. Let's see what he does. Alright, more fire going in on our Marauder, building heat. They're really just trying to keep those binary lasers offline. I understand, I mean, I would as well. It's a pretty big punch. Okay, Burrow. Moving up danger close and opening up with those MGs. Opens himself up to the risk of friendly fire, although there really is no such thing. And it's a tad annoying letting all of our allies move, but those just get things out of the way, and sometimes they do good work. And that's the structure exposed in the fire starter. And I haven't even shot at him once, so that's all the AI is doing. Pretty good in my book. Let's get the Ostrok and do our kick. Open up with the coil. There's really no point. Let's just do the medium lasers. They build far less heat for that amount of damage. This will hopefully kill this mech. Doesn't, I'll be very surprised. Yeah, lagged and overkill to boot. Oh, jeez. That may or may not be a war crime. Oh well. See what our Marauder can do. Oh, we can get both binary lasers, very nice. And there it is. That's the mission. Thank you guys for hanging around, and we'll see you again real soon, hopefully with ever more interesting and quirky builds on display.